They say the show's about to begin or something. I don't know. You may want to go ahead and silence your cell phone, though. It'd be kind of awkward if Prudence called in the middle of the show, you know? She kind of has a habit of calling at the worst times. Anyways, show's about to begin. And remember, you may want to go ahead and find yourself a good snack while you watch the show. That's delightful. Since we are filming this in front of a live audience, we want to make sure to encourage you not to bring out your camcorders and record. We're talking to you, Professor Hotchkiss. Oh no. Please enjoy the show. Oh, and another thing, make sure that you don't feed Casper the squirrel. We're not really allowed to do that. We get demerits or something like that. So it just, you know, if you see an animal, just don't feed it, because then you may get a ticket from Ranger Anchors, and it just everything gets real blurred. So I don't know. Eureka! It's almost time to begin. Okay, I'm done. There's only like a minute or so left, so I'm leaving it to you. Enjoy the show. I hope you guys love late night this year. I'll see you soon. Bonjour, friends. It is Jacques Brunet. It is with deepest pride and greatest pleasure that we welcome you to the show. And now we invite you to relax, watch the screen, as we proudly present to you tonight your entertainment. Late
night. Guess, late night guess, zippy service is the best. Tie your napkin round your neck, cherie, boss head pump provides the rest. Soup de loup, fixed chicken coop, snowflake, shaped ice cube. Try the green drink, it's delicious. Go on now, it's Renee's wishes. Shorty can't sing, Nancy can't dance. Well, at least there's a second chance for the games that are never, never second best. Go on, unfold your task list, check that off, and that will be that guess. Late night guess, late night guess. A wrecked rue, one last shoe, the case of the missing clue. This whole show is all about Nancy Drew. Sonny June and his jobs, the best horse, his name is Bob. Move Mason stop, now he's complaining. Eating pine cones, that's entertaining. I tell jokes, we play games with my fellow internet friends, and it's all in perfect taste that you can bet. Come on and join the fun for the games that are number one for late night guess. If you're stressed, it's late night, we suggest. Late night guess, late night guess, late night guess. Hello everybody and welcome to Late Night 2024. So glad that you have decided to join us for tonight's show, and man, we've got a great show lined out for you guys tonight. We've got some great guests, we've got some exclusive sneak peeks of games on your wish list, and we're just giving away fun items just because for those that are in chat right now. Oh, I'm so excited that you guys are here. And this is also the very first time that Late Night will be sponsoring a fundraiser to raise funds for pancreatic cancer. If you don't know, E. Mullins is a streamer in the Clue Crew, the Nancy Drew community, and she, all month of the November month, has raised awareness for pancreatic cancer as she has lost her dad. And so we are partnering with her to raise more funds tonight, as many as we can, going all out. There's a link in the chat right now. If you are able to give whatever you can give, $1, $5, $10, whatever it may be, anything goes directly to the Pancreatic Cancer Foundation so that they can do more research so we can beat it. So if you are here tonight, feel free to give in the chat using this link. It goes straight to there, and you actually can receive prizes for just donating. If you go click on the link, there's a shop. You can get various items for whatever you donate. And hey, this may be an opportunity for you to get some items that you can bring to that work potluck Christmas gift exchange. You can just go ahead and already have something lined out. How about that? So anyways, very excited about tonight's show. We've got some great things lined out, and I don't think that there's any best way to start than to kick it off with some very niche Nancy Drew humor and bring us the segment that you guys voted to come back. That's Cards Against Nancy Drew, and I got to sit down with some lovely people, and I think you'll enjoy this year's segment.
Hey everyone, we are so excited that you've joined us for Late Night. I am super stoked because you guys have voted, and you have voted for one segment to come back, and that was Cards Against Nancy Drew. Super excited because I have some great guests joining us this year. Some of my absolute favorite people in the world. I've got Gooba and Jetpack joining us for tonight. I got Story Retold Kalina and Caitlin Wizard Kitten. How are you guys doing tonight? I'm so stoked you're here.
I'm so excited.
Great. Super excited.
Yeah, we're gonna have such a fun time.
What never fails to liven up a party?
Oh, there's so many good ones to pick.
I know. How do we narrow it down?
Okay, for me, Tino Balducci's survey gets it every time. Makes the party the best.
Really?
I thought your generation was supposed to be good with sarcasm.
It's like a BuzzFeed quiz, right? It's a great time.
Dancing in a skin-tight cat suit for money at a nightclub in Italy.
Ooh.
Iconic.
And I'm gonna go with Bernie the alligator.
Oh, okay. I
That's
love
good.
that.
Also, bring in the marshmallows. Bernie has the
Yeah.
snacks, so.
Yeah.
I like it.
He might hog them though, but yes.
I would party with Bernie.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna deliberate for just a second, okay?
I was gonna say I'm gonna try and read their lips.
Yeah, same.
All right, we've decided Nancy's cat suit
Yes!
is
Yeah,
the
that was-
thing
that
that's
was a
gonna
good
liven up
one.
the party.
That was
Yeah.
a good one.
Has to.
The only punishment suitable for picking unripe vegetables is
Being locked in a Mulan until you catch 9 cockroaches.
Oh,
I like
Pretty rough punishment.
I can hear the sounds they make right now.
Playtime's over, little guy.
I made my skin crawl a little
Yes.
bit.
Ugh.
Ritualized bloodletting.
Mm. With the correct cadence, of course.
Ritualized bloodletting.
I'm going with death by psychotic chicken.
Oh,
That
That's
chicken's
the
right
winner.
there.
Oh,
That's the winner right there.
Perfect.
Can't
Yay.
argue. Can't argue.
Psychotic chicken.
Blank is kinda hot, not gonna lie.
Oh,
That one.
boy.
Did you see one?
Yeah.
Which one?
Alina got hers right away.
Dave asking, you got a steady back home?
Oh, and the fandom shakes.
Being shirtless under a lab coat.
Oh,
For the Henry fans out there.
And Carter?
Frosty screaming.
Oh no.
Oh, Frosty. I think I have to go with shirtless under the lab coat.
Yes.
Henrik
was a
van der
good
Dune.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yep.
Big Island Mike's ideal night in includes blank and blank.
Oh, okay. Suspicious green drinks and Big Island Mike's ponytail.
Perfect.
It's got to be there.
On.
Nothing,
Yeah.
nothing expresses him more than that.
Being a chaotic gentleman, I think Big Island Mike's ideal night in includes framing someone for arson and pelting a 10-year-old child with snowballs.
That's so perfect. I feel like that's
Oh my
him.
gosh. From his snow cone.
From his snow cone stand.
It's
That's exactly what I was
Oh my gosh.
They're even flavored
top that.
snowballs.
That's yes, that's what I was thinking.
Barnacle Blast and the Secrets Can Kill rap song.
I feel like that fits him, though.
right,
He would jam out to that.
Yeah.
For sure.
especially if he can listen to Wiki Tiki all day. He can
Yeah.
totally rap it out. Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
I think the snowball fight from his snow cone just that's too good.
It's a good choice.
That-
Yep.
that has to
For
win.
sure. If they make blank a crime, I'm done for. If they make blank a crime, I'm done for.
I got
How do
mine.
you,
I got mine.
you already know? How do you already know? Oh my gosh.
It's
Okay.
right here in front of me. I'll let you read.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Nancy asking everyone about their dead mom.
Oh my gosh. I'll straight to jail. She wouldn't last a minute.
If they ever make hitting someone in the head with an air canister via trained killer whale a crime, I'm done for.
Nuts.
If they ever make photoshopping game characters' faces onto real people a crime, we're done for.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
All right, Kalina, you win.
Yeah.
Such a good
so
one.
funny.
You knew right away that you had the winner.
Oh yeah.
As soon as we read the question.
Didn't even have to look.
No.
You knew in your heart. You knew in your heart.
Yeah.
Nancy's latest vacation was ruined by
Being crushed by an elevator
That'll do it.
really puts a damper on things.
Truly. Truly.
Yup.
Can't ask people about their dead moms if you're crushed by an elevator, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
it's true.
Nancy's vacation was ruined by talking to Takai.
Oh no.
A culprit deciding murder is a good idea after their much smaller crime is discovered by Nancy.
So
Good point.
Solid.
Good point.
Oh my gosh. These are all so good. Talking to Takai. That was Nancy's latest vacation ruined.
The reason Midnight in Salem took so long was because of blank.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh man, I got a good one. Dang it. Midnight in Salem's graphics.
Oh.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
From Kalina herself.
I was like, can I get Kalina to like break her NDA tonight? Like,
That's not the real reason, but I cannot say what the real reason was. So.
Because of that one protester in Midnight in Salem that glitches in the T-pose.
No.
Have you guys
I
ever
love
seen
that
that
you guys have
protester?
specific
Yes.
Salem cards.
It's literally like just sitting there like.
And they spent so long trying to fix him that it delayed the game.
And they
Yep,
just
yep.
gave up. They're like,
Yep.
It's fine. People do that when they protest. It's fine.
all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
The
Constantly.
game is done. We just need to fix this one guy.
Yeah. We just can't get it to stop.
The reason Midnight in Salem took so long is because Deirdre Shannon lurking behind you like an evil pop-up book.
Oh!
You guys all have such good ones.
Every single
Oh,
one was
no.
so on point. Oh my god.
That's so good. How could I possibly choose between those? You know what? I like the narrative that the whole game was delayed because of T-posing protesters. It's solely that. So we're going to go with that one.
That's the truth in my mind now. Like, that's fact.
Yeah, right.
That's what I tell my
exactly
kids
why.
when I get them to play Nancy Drew. I say,
Right.
this is why
Yeah.
this game took so long. At first, I was like, blank as a joke. But bro, I don't think it's a joke anymore.
Subconsciously convincing yourself you're a werewolf.
Oh, that's
Oh.
really good.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
Professor Hotchkiss's pin-up calendar of scholarly men.
I have it right here.
Yes.
It's on the shelf.
It's right there.
That's great.
At first, I thought a long story about how you lost your fingers was a joke. But bro, I don't think it is.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Goob and Jetpack. I think that was like
Yay.
so good.
Yeah.
That
We're
was
back
so
in
good.
it.
That was a good one.
Be glad Bruno Bollet didn't hide one of his eyes in blank.
Oh, jeez. I'm reading all the possibilities right now.
Granny Pumpkin's Cajun cooking.
Oh, get Granny Pumpkin shut down.
What's
Fish
this?
it out of the gumbo.
This is different.
Amazing.
In whatever's in Renee Amon's pouch around her neck.
Ooh, yeah. She would not give it up easy.
You're not getting that eye.
No.
Be glad he didn't hide it in Bernie the alligator.
Yeah, never getting it.
Yeah.
Never getting it.
Unless
Nope.
you have smart
All right.
Kalina.
Like you guys.
Oh,
Cooking. Yep.
Yeah.
Blank gets better with age.
A sandwich using expired mayonnaise and jellyfish gets bettered with age. The more expired, the better it is.
Better. The more of a reaction you get.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I did not have any good cards for this one, so Enrico Taza only gets better with age.
Oh, no.
So distinguished.
That's all I got.
Carson Drew, a golf ball lawyer, gets better with age.
Yes, he does.
Oh, gosh.
Yes,
That's
he
so
does.
hard.
Daddy golf ball. Yep.
That's so hard. Daddy golf ball.
Yeah.
Carson Drew.
That was a good one.
The water from the well at Mickey Malone's cabin contains traces of blank.
This is for Wizard Kitten, so I
Mhm.
I see her as a pet-friendly person.
What are you putting in the well, Kalina?
Nothing dead, I promise.
A solitary, overpriced baby doll head.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mickey Malone went to Paris, I see.
I had to haggle a great deal for that baby doll head, too. I earned it.
And then conveniently store it in the well.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Moon chunk cheese.
Ooh.
tasty. That's you
Yes,
mistake the taste
yes.
of moon chunk cheese for arsenic. So
Yes, yes.
Very similar
At
palate.
Moon
Yes,
Lake?
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Moon Lake, exactly.
Makes
that's
perfect
exactly
sense.
what we were
The
thinking of.
moon
Not
out at
didn't,
night. Yep. Mhm.
didn't happen to come up right now at all. We thought of that the whole time.
There's deer mice at the cabin. The cheese was used.
That
Okay.
explains
We had-
everything.
yeah.
Also,
Yep.
totally thought of that.
Yes.
Yeah, yep.
That was
Yep.
completely our
Because
idea.
M got a shipment of it at M's Emporium, and
Correct.
we got it.
She sells Cocoa Kringles. It's
We
got to be the
solved
moon chunk
mystery.
too.
It's
Yep.
true.
We did
It's
it.
true.
Got a big
Okay.
discount on the bulk order. Spicy devil villain venom.
Ooh, don't drink that. That's
Yes.
worse than arsenic.
Yes. For all the reasons we listed, I think it has to be the moon chunk cheese.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you the one that we thought was just for us
Sure.
was bucket.
Yes.
It was just bucket. And they're
It's
like,
just
that's
straight up
so
bucket."
funny.
I was thinking of putting Shorty Thurmond in there, but
Shorty.
Only if you
No,
can
our-
seal it up.
Oh no. Our favorite bald man. No, but that's funny too because we use a bucket. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
bucket is
Yep.
bucket. Like
Yeah.
it's iconic.
Yeah.
Nancy and
Funny.
bucket, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't
gosh.
tell if it was just reading the solitary word bucket that made you laugh.
It's just got us so bad.
Bucket.
I don't know why.
In the next game, Nancy will get blank. She will get bucket.
Dwayne Powers.
Yes. What everybody needs.
A 5-year hiatus.
Oh
Ooh.
That's why I was saying we don't want that.
That you know, and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we don't have another 5-year hiatus.
Fingers crossed.
In the next game, Nancy will get the sweet smell of fried chicken.
Yeah.
Dwayne Powers has to win.
Yeah.
They just
good.
that was so
Yeah.
good.
It's too good.
Yep. Blank is always a great way to start a fight.
Playing Fox and Geese over and over and over again.
Yes. Oh, it's
That's
like
a good
playing
one.
Uno with family. Oh.
Or Monopoly.
Or Monopoly,
Ooh.
yes. Oh man.
Mhm.
True. Krollmeister salad cannon.
And an even better way to fight.
Yeah.
Not the salad.
I'm gonna start this now.
Best food fight
Oh.
ever.
I talk with my hands, so I'm gonna have to like sit on them so I don't make any gestures that are like, come back.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, same. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, let me actually sit on my hands. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think? You want to go first? Or?
I was gonna say, let's put 2 people pleasers and make them choose and deliberate.
That's exactly
Two
what
of the
happened.
most people pleasy people ever.
Okay. Okay. Well, I will say.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. Let me. Wait. Okay. So wait. We have the salad cannon launcher.
Yep.
And
We have the salad cannon launcher and Fox and Geese with, yeah, over and over
they're
again.
both so good though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I would honestly go with either. I think they're both fantastic. My gut, because I have a hatred for Fox and Geese, is that one.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. Because, yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I think it's that one.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's the boiling rage that I feel when I play that
And when
game.
You have to
that
do it again and again.
yeah.
And he hops over your pieces and you didn't even know it was gonna happen.
Yes. Yep.
And you were like, "Oh my gosh!" You just like, okay. Well, I think you're right. I think that's it.
Yeah. Yep. Though I love the chaotic energy of a salad cannon. I think
No,
I think that's
do
what my gut
too.
tells me.
No, I'm with you. I think that was what my gut was telling me too.
Okay.
I just want y'all to know
All right.
that me and Caitlin, as soon as y'all took we said, oh my gosh, we're like the two people pleasers coming together, having to decide between this. We melted for like.
You want to talk first, or should I talk first? Like,
what do you think? I don't know.
Okay,
What do
you
you
share your
think?
opinion first, or not?
You were very animated. It was quite entertaining.
Wait, like Caitlin said at the beginning, she's like, I talk with my hands, so before we signal, I should just sit on my hands.
Sit on my hands.
Okay.
When we looked away and we saw a lot of movement, and we're like, oh, did we miss it? Like, did we?
Yeah.
Okay, so after much discussion and trying to decide, both Caitlin and I decided that our gut felt like that Fox and Geese was the way to go. So
Thank you.
Gooba and Jetpack, you are the winner of this year Late Night 2024.
Thank you.
Cards Against Nancy Drew.
And
That was the right choice, by the way.
honor and very steep competition. That was fantastic.
It was great. It was hard to decide between the salad cannonball and also that, but the hatred outweighed the Fox and Geese so much.
Fox and Geese is so iconic. It's so polarizing
It's so good.
in one direction.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
I'm okay with it once, but
Exactly.
any more, and I'm just like, please,
I'm over
end
it.
it.
Just-
That's
I'm over it.
enough.
Bill, you can take a nap, you know?
Yes.
Yep.
I'll take a nap. You'll take a nap.
And we'll all just
We'll forget this.
We'll throw
Yes.
Tino's survey in the fire and we'll move on.
Yep.
Perfect.
Perfect. Anyways, but thank you guys so much for joining Late Night tonight. It was such a blast. It was such a fun
Yeah.
time just hanging out and
Yes.
playing a quick game together. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go to our next segment.
Oh my gosh, that's always one of my favorite segments. I love playing that game with people who understand the niche jokes. It's so wonderful. But you know what? I am so excited and eager to show you guys these things because I know you're wanting to know and you're waiting. And so I want to show you a little sneak peek of what was found at Raven Hill. This is a game made by Cameron Distant Dimensions, who's also a fan of the Nancy Drew games and decided that he wanted to make a game that was also inspired by the Nancy Drew games. And he has done phenomenal work. I mean, like every time he posts a snippet or a sneak peek of his game, it just always looks so flawless. And he has given us a sneak peek at the introduction, the very beginning of the game, and I am so excited to watch that with you guys tonight. Let's roll that clip.
Hello? Is anyone there? It's locked. Wow, this place is amazing.
I see you've let yourself in.
I'm sorry, no one answered, and
You must be Robin. Well, I guess there's no need to prove that you're good at snooping around.
sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. I'm Clark Edwards. Welcome to Ravenhill.
Wasn't that just so amazing? The animation looks so crisp and clear. I cannot wait to play this game. If you would like to keep up with updates on Cameron's game, you can follow his social link. I'll tag it here in the comments. He's always doing a monthly newsletter and always giving sneak peeks of his game on his social media pages. And I cannot wait to dive into it. But we'll be right back after a few short commercial breaks.
You're watching the Sass Showdown. Well, this dry creek ain't big enough for two of us. I'm gonna have to insult you right out of here. And I just want you to know that I'd pick 100 cockroaches for Manette before picking you as a friend.
Well, Henrik told me he was happy to get amnesia because it means he forgot all about you.
And that was the Sass Showdown.
Are people always asking you to do their chores? Yeah! Do you find yourself having a hard time saying no? Yeah! Then you need the Lulu Talkback Parrot! Specially designed with Krollmeister speakers, this Lulu Talkback Parrot will do all the talking for you. No more clam hunting or a dozen little critter hunting. No, no, no. With this brand new technology, all you have to do is press the button and a creative response is all lined out for you. Check it out.
Music to my ears. First thing you can do for me is go out to the garden and pick all the ripe vegetables.
No choice for Shorty. Only thing that's going to be picked up is your smile off the floor when you realize I'm not going to do anything you say.
Wow, isn't that amazing? Call today for your Lulu Talkback Parrot, and you can get a second one for free! Call the number below. I'm very excited about this next segment. I think you're going to laugh because it's an absolute riot, because I was joined by Half Moon Joe and we did a wonderful news segment, a Nancy Drew news segment, because I thought to myself, what if there was a news station reporting on things happening in the Nancy Drew universe? And so that's exactly what we did, and I think you're going to find it absolutely hilarious because he is a riot.
All right, and welcome to River Heights 9 News. We have your breaking story tonight with a live reporter on the scene, Joe, Half Moon Joe, and he's live right now. And Joe, there's a lot of action happening behind you. Do you want to tell us kind of what is going on?
Yeah, there is definitely, it's a very chaotic scene behind me. Some have said, I was getting reports, talking to a few of the locals. They said it all started when several people had picked vegetables incorrectly and a bald man was yelling. That's the word on the street right now. That's what I've got.
Yeah, and it seems that what is happening behind you is really it's kind of frightening. It's a little frightening for us here watching.
I would say so. I would say it's absolutely terrifying. I would say that it's chaotic here. People have been screaming. They've been crying. They've been throwing up. I've had reports of someone came up to me, just whispered cheeseburger in my ear. I have no idea what that was about. It's mass panic is how I would describe the scene right now.
And we can feel that through the screen. And really, there's a lot of people, and they seem to be on different pages talking. What is it that they're talking about?
Well, so someone had pushed someone else. Is the last thing that I heard about. A woman with an alien tattoo has been rampaging. She also has been reported to have really horrible bangs. Last that I've heard. There's a lot of talk about the fashion industry, a lot of fashion words being used that I don't know the meanings of. But otherwise, people have just really seemed to lost touch with reality, as you can see.
Lost touch indeed. And really, it seems that you're in a hairy situation. Would you say that you're maybe in a little bit of a hairy situation?
I would say it's very hairy. I would say the people here could use some Head and Shoulders as well. We're getting into that level of hairiness. And I would say that not all the hair is great. It's not all great hair that's been going on behind me.
Well, it's definitely tense. I feel like the tension is so much that it could just blow up. Actually, it really feels like things are bubbling over there.
I would say so. I would say there's a lot of bubbling happening.
Oh, okay, wait, watch out. There's something, it's just right now running right by you. You may just want to.
Oh my gosh. It's almost as though the world is turning upside down here. No idea what's happening, but it is, let me tell you, you're going to see this on TikTok later. I can guarantee you.
Well, Joe, we're really glad that you're okay. And we're going to be going on to our next story, but we are grateful that you're on the scene delivering us live news.
Thank you so much. It's back over to you. I'm going to try to stay safe out here.
Please do. Thank you, Joe. Here to deliver your weather update, here is Pa. Oh, Nancy, can you still set up that Fujita scale for me? Oh. And this has been your River Heights 9 News. Catch us again tonight for more updates.
Man, I just had such a blast doing that news segment with Joe, and I hope you guys had a great time too. He is so funny, such a great improv actor, and it was just such a good time. But before we move on to our next segment with our special guest, I must first give you another exclusive sneak peek to a game that's been inspired by the Nancy Drew games that I've been looking forward to. It's been on my wish list. I've been keeping up with it, and I'm very excited to play. It's Amelia Darnell Secrets of Silvercrest Village. And I actually get to announce tonight, because they gave me permission and said that I could. If you play this game, you may recognize one of the suspects' voices. That's because it's me. I am actually voicing one of the suspects, Toby, and I am so excited that I get to share that news with you guys tonight. I've been holding on to that for months, but it was such a cool, just childhood dream come true, because I have always wanted to voice something, anything, and I just love to act, and so it literally was such a fun time getting to audition for the role and read through the lines, and I just had a blast, and I can't wait to see the final product when it comes out, because I know so much love has been poured into this game, and I also get the absolute honor of showing you an exclusive sneak peek image from a scene from the game that has not yet been teased. So let's go ahead and take a look. Looks like we might be exploring us somewhere in the game. But nonetheless, I'm very excited about Amelia Darnell, and if you'd like to keep up with them, I will put their website here in the chat, and you can also follow along on their social media handles. It's going to be such a great game. I know a lot of hard work has gone into it, and I can't wait to see it when it finally comes out. But before we move forward to this next segment, I think we should do just one more commercial before we move forward, eh? Let's do it.
Have you ever gotten green from eating too many Cocoa Kringle bars from Renee's room? Or hit other cars while driving in Canute, Oklahoma? Maybe even burned down the kitchen while cooking for lodge guests? Then you need to call Carson Drew. Carson Drew is a local attorney that has your best interests in mind. There is no amount that he won't fight for. Just listen to this testimonial.
Oh yeah, man. Carson Drew is the absolute best attorney that I could have ever paid a dime for. I mean, he just really presented the information to the court really well. I mean, he really knew his facts. I mean, the guy's extraordinary. And he's such a lovable golf ball. I mean, goofball. I meant to say goofball.
Call today so your case can be represented the right way with Carson Drew, the lovable golf ball.
You're watching the Sass Showdown. You know, if you were a marshmallow, I'd feed you to Bernie.
Well, if you were Leela's boyfriend, she would have begged Izzy to steal you off her.
And that was the Sass Showdown.
Hey everyone! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because we're doing another segment here on Late Night, and you're never gonna believe who's with me. It's the one and only Rue! Oh my gosh, Rue in the Deadly Device Lab. It's so good to have you on Late Night. How are you?
I am doing so good. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited too because this is our first time like chatting in real life live and not like
really is.
DMs or comments or anything. And I think, is this your first official thing that you've ever been able to be on?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. This is, wow.
I'm honored. I'm so honored. I'm so honored that we get to do this. So those that are watching right now, we are going to do a segment called Guess That Track. Oh yeah, it's going to be so fun. The object is that Rue will be able to listen to a track from the Nancy Drew games, but she only has 2 seconds of the track. That's it. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, that's it. And then the track is over, and she has to guess which game it comes from. There's a few in there that I think you'll be able to guess right off the spot, but I did pick some that I think are hard too, so I'm curious to see how it goes.
I'm excited. I feel like I'm a little rusty on my Nancy knowledge just because I haven't been as involved recently, but I'm excited to see what they are.
And I'm interested too to like kind of dive in, ask you some questions too. So we'll kind of get to like do a little bit of both. So why don't we go ahead and we'll start off with the first track. You want to do that?
Sure. Ooh, is that from Warnings at Waverly?
Yep, you got it. It is. It's from Warnings at Waverly Academy. Why is that music? It's got that instant, like you just know, like that's Waverly Academy.
I just immediately feel like I'm in a school. I'm like sneaking around.
Yes. Okay. I'm very curious to see if you're gonna get track number 2.
Okay.
Because of where it's cut.
Oh my gosh, that one's hard. There's like a guitar riff in there, it sounds like.
I kind of cut it like in between, like right before it got to like a music jump, so.
Okay, I'm gonna guess, is it from a track from Shadow Ranch?
It's not. But I can totally see that, how you thought that was though.
Yeah, like it sounds like a guitar, which is really throwing me off.
That is actually from Creature of Kapu Cave.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No,
if you go back and listen, it has like that it's right before the strum's about to go, and that's where it cuts off, whoosh, right there.
Oh, that makes so much sense. And now that you say that, I get it.
You can hear it now. I guess by now it's already like some people have asked, and like have gotten to hear some information, but like I kind of wanted to like, ask you some questions if you were cool with it. So like you've worked at Her Interactive for how long?
Yes, I worked at Her Interactive in October of 2021 to October of this year, actually. So for exactly 3 years.
Really? Okay, so you just left Her Interactive back in October.
Mm-hmm.
And marked 3 years. Wow. Okay. So first of all, it's really cool that you got to work at a company with such a great track history for gaming. Like they've changed the way gaming like happened, and you got to be a part of that. Like your fingerprint is in that company now forever.
I know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people, nobody I really think knows this, but you and I, how we came to meet.
Yes, this is okay. I absolutely love this story. I think it was when I was in college still, because I only started as an intern at Her Interactive, and I had just realized that I wanted to start doing, not just realized, but I had realized that I wanted to start going into video game design or like doing something with video games. And I knew that I had a passion for Nancy Drew games because I had played them my whole life and I was replaying them all the time in college and even before then. And so I had started following different online accounts just to kind of keep up with what Her Interactive was doing. So I was never really involved or I was never really aware of what was going on with the company than I was with just the games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I had found your account. And yeah, you were like one of the first accounts that I had really found that was talking
No.
about Nancy Drew stuff. Yeah.
I did not know
And,
that.
yeah. And it was so wild actually because I think it was you had shared the post about Kalina leaving Her Interactive. Story
Yes.
Retold.
Yes.
And so it was so wild. I immediately saw that and I jumped at the first opportunity to message her and be like, oh my gosh, I love Nancy Drew so much. I love the game so much. How can I be a part of this? And so it really was kind of your account that led me to even doing anything with Her Interactive. Yeah.
No, okay, I did not know that part of the story. This is new to me. So if you're watching, this is my real reaction. No way. Oh, wow. Oh, man. That's like, that, I don't know. That just makes me feel so good. Like, thank you.
It's so full circle, I know.
No, yeah, it's, and then now here we are 3 years later, and now we're playing very niche stuff about Nancy Drew games. That's funny. Wow. Okay, because I remember when I got your DM, when that whole, like when you were about to like apply, and this was like from your personal account. Like I did not know you, and you like had sent me the story that you were gonna apply, and you were just like letting me know, and I was so excited for you. Like I remember reading it and like kind of doing like a happy dance for you. Like I was like, that is so cool that someone is applying to Her Interactive. And then you even messaged me back to let me know that and it was pretty quick, wasn't it?
It was, I think I had messaged you when they finally let me know I could do an interview with them.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I sent in my resume. I had sent in my resume and a cover letter as if I was just going to get the job right away or get something.
Yes,
and I was pretty much just putting myself out there.
That's awesome.
And that was at like the start of the summer. And I kept messaging them and kept messaging them. And I think it wasn't until September or like August, September that I had finally heard back to get an interview. And I will never forget this. I was sitting at my old job and I worked at the front desk of my apartment building at the time. And I read the email and I literally started sobbing. Just so happy sobbing. And I'm on the phone with my mom being like, they finally emailed me back. I get an interview.
That's amazing.
This girl had walked by and she was like, are you okay? Like, do you need help? Like, what's going on? I go, no, these are happy tears. Can't you see how happy I am?
I would be crying happy tears too. That's really awesome.
I was so emotional. I still am when I think about it, but like, oh my gosh, that was really cool when I finally got to interview. And then I think that was when I had messaged you online.
Oh man, very, very cool.
Here we go, track number 3.
It's nothing but one note the whole time. Chat, do you know what it is, chat? Let us know in the comments.
I feel like that's either from some sort of like Sea of Track darkness, like I'm getting nautical vibes, or it's from something creepy, like from Ghost of Thornton Hall.
I like your first intuition.
Okay.
With some like nautical vibes.
Oh, Danger on Deception Island?
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, no way.
I did you so dirty though, because like I gave you nothing but one note. It's that really that it sounds like a foghorn. It's like dirge, I think is the track, is like it's just do at first.
Yes.
And then those bagpipes come in. Da, da, da.
Yes,
yep.
I can hear it now.
That's the one. These are hard.
These are hard.
How about the next one?
Okay.
I love the next one.
Okay. Oh my gosh, wait. I definitely know this one. Oh my gosh. Is it? Oh my gosh. Is it from Treasure in the Royal Tower?
It's so close. Like you're like red hot, so close. And I know why you're saying that. Because you're thinking of like when you find a medallion, that's what plays.
Yes, that's what that track sounds like. Yeah. Because
it's definitely one of those. It's one of those where it plays when you find something.
Okay. Is it from the Haunted Carousel?
Oh, you're getting warmer, but no, it's not. And although Haunted Carousel does have a discovery track though, it's closer to Treasure and Royal Tower in number.
Okay.
But it's like the Haunted Carousel.
Is it the final theme?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wait, when does that happen?
I think it's when you get the ring from Monty when you play Monty, and then it'll play. Or if you discover the room or something like that, I think it plays. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Oh wow! I have like 3 tracks in mind that I feel like that could be.
Oh, and this one's not a common one. I'll just go ahead and tell you.
See, this also sounds like a track from Treasure in the Royal Tower.
It does. It does. That's what I was hoping you'd think it would sound like.
Oh wow!
But it's not. Like, I'll tell you this. It's from one of the games that most people don't like.
I'm trying to think of it. Oh wait, is it from the Shattered Medallion?
It's not.
Okay. Those are games that's a game I always know that people don't like. I happen to love that game.
But there is a track that sounds like that though in Shattered Medallion. It is from Ransom of the Seven Ships.
No.
I'm so wrong for making it from there too, because like nobody knows that unless it's like the upbeat island music.
Yeah.
This is literally plays when you go underwater.
Oh, interesting.
I know. So tell me, Rue, how long have you known about the Nancy Drew games? Or kind of like tell me like your story about like how you got into it? Because I love those stories. I love to hear those.
I think the first one I'd ever played actually was the Haunted Mansion, and my mom and I had played them. And so we had been playing like point and click computer games. We'd go to like Walmart or Target and get them because you could actually buy them in the store way back in the day.
Yeah.
And we'd get games that were like packs. So you'd have like 6 different games that followed all one theme. And we used to play like the Agatha Christie games. We had played this one other like older point and click game called Nibiru. And that's a really great game if you haven't heard of it.
No, I've never heard of that. It's like a mystery game?
Yeah, it's like you're this detective and you have to solve this murder, but then it also, I think there's like 2 or 3 murders and they all tie to this bigger mystery. And it's a pretty cool game.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, and so I think one of the packs that we had gotten were like scary games. And so Haunted Mansion was on that. And then there was another pack that we had gotten that was like for girls. And it was like, I want to say it was like horses, like a horses and little girly games pack. And the Haunted Carousel was on that pack. And so those were the very first 2 Nancy Drew games I had ever played. And I was, my gosh, I think I was like 5 or 6 years old. And so my mom would mostly play them, but I would like help and be a part of it.
Right.
And then we discovered that there were more of the Nancy Drew games specifically because my mom, I think, just really liked that I got so into them, and there were so many different things to learn and stuff about these games.
Absolutely.
In the games. And yeah, the rest is history after that.
Okay. I think you and I have maybe said this together in a DM about how similar our childhoods probably were. Because a lot of like what I've seen you post before, which I told you this before we started, but I say it again, that your Instagram is life. You are always look like you are having the best time. I love it. But everything you post, I'm like, yes, same. Like I relate so hard, or I've had that same experience, you know? And that's actually the same origin story as me. Like same, played the games with my mom, buying them at Walmart and Target, packs, like literally the same story. So I love that. I love that. And that is such a great way to enter into the game series. Like so fun. Really think the next ones are going to be easier.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. How is chat doing? Chat's probably like blowing up. Like, these are so hard. These are so tough. They are really hard. But okay, I would say at least the next 3 or 4. Maybe a little bit easier. Yeah. I had to mix them up, you know?
Okay, here we go. Oh, this is from The Phantom of Venice.
Yeah, Phantom of Venice. Yes.
Oh my gosh. I could like hear all those tracks rolling in my mind.
Yes. It's just such an ambient game.
It really is. Oh, I know this one. Oh, I know this one. Oh my gosh. I can see the like almost like the cover art in my mind. Oh wow.
I'll give you a hint. It's an earlier game. Absolutely, play it as many times as you need.
Wait, I need to look at a list of the games.
I totally understand that.
Oh, is this from the Secret of the Scarlet Hand?
Yes, that was it.
Ah.
Yes. This is the track that plays, I think, when you're with Henrik.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like one of the earlier tracks that play in the game.
I also wanted to ask you, okay, and I know you're still, of course, you know, and will be under, you know, NDA and purposes like that. So if you can't answer a question, it's no big deal. We can always ask another question, but I guess we'll start off with something more generic. Like, tell us your favorite part about working at Her Interactive, like some of your favorite things that you got to do or be a part of.
Oh, wow. I think, honestly, when I had first started, it was so cool when we were even just doing like ads and we were doing like holiday sales, because that was right around the time that I had started. And so we would be talking about like, oh, well, we need a clip that has to do with like food, or we need a clip that has to do with like Nancy sitting at a table or Nancy looking at a table. And I immediately, and even Briella had joined the team right around the same time that I had joined, actually.
Oh, really?
And so her and I both would be like, oh my gosh, we know this game and XYZ in this game and da da da. And that was really fun to, even though we'd have to look online and like scour hours and hours of content to try and find the specific clip we were looking for.
Sure.
I just remember the whole time sitting there being like, I can't believe this is my job. I just get to look at Nancy Drew videos all day long.
No, that's really fun.
This is so cool.
That's really fun. That you kind of got to be like a Nancy Drew game encyclopedia, like all the time.
Yeah.
I definitely.
Oh my gosh.
I definitely remember like that season though, because okay, some of my favorite stuff that Her was posting was, I think, more like in the spring, summertime when you were working there. You were posting the funniest stuff all the time.
Oh, the reels.
Yes, I still to this day think about the. I'm gonna like go laugh thinking about it. The reel where you're like, I'm sad.
Oh my gosh.
I still think about it because it's so funny.
That was so much fun being able to apply, because that's like two of my favorite things is Nancy Drew and like funny TikTok trending sounds or Instagram trending sounds. And to be able to combine those two, I had more fun than probably anybody else in like the world. Just trying to figure out how, like when I hear a sound or some sort of trend happening over and over again, immediately I would start brainstorming how can I apply this to Nancy Drew. That was probably one of my favorite things I had done.
Oh, I love it.
So fun.
No, yeah, and you were a genius at it. Like honestly, I better find that I'm Sat video and put it right here in late night so everybody can enjoy it. It was so funny. Okay, so I have to ask, whose idea was Big Island Mike bucket hat? Like who in the
Definitely Indy.
Nice.
She had come up with the chaotic Big Island Mike bucket hat. I want to say that particular time, because we were getting ready to go into summertime, and
yes,
it was just, I think there was some like meme that was going around of Big Island Mike too, and
yes,
so it was
yes,
coming up over and over and over again. And right away, Indy was just like, we need to jump on this. Like, we need to add to this somehow to let them know that we're in on it, because we absolutely loved whenever there was something going around with Nancy Drew stuff that we could interact with in any way, or that we could like let you guys know that we knew what was going on.
And we love it. We eat it up right away. It's so good.
Yeah. All right, track 9. Oh my gosh, that's another just like ambient one.
But
Oh, wow.
okay, the sound that plays right at the end is a very, like, you'll hear it like right at the very end is a very specific sound, only plays in this game.
Is it from Curse of Blackmore Manor?
It is. This is what plays when you go down deep into the tunnels.
Oh,
and it's got like
okay.
that little thing at the end.
Mhm.
Almost kind of sounds like dripping water. I don't know. Track number 10.
Okay. Oh, this is from The Silent Spy.
Yes, Silent Spy.
Oh.
Can't miss that nice Scottish music.
Fast paced, yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask a little bit about your experiences with Game 34, if we can get away with it. First of all, I really enjoyed everything that you guys did with the lead up to Game 34. I just thought it was just the most genius thing that has happened in the marketing of Her Interactive. I mean, like, just so good and so much buzz, so much excitement. I guess, where did you guys get the idea, or like in the early stages where you guys were talking about this, like how did that even like come about? Like, tell us your experience if you can.
That was so much fun. I mean, during the time, I remember there were moments where I was just like, I can't keep up. Like, this is so much. The early months of April, or the early weeks of April, when we were first starting it out, it was just so fast paced at the time.
Sure.
And so it was a lot. We had to make new puzzles like every day or every week. And it was so crazy, but at the same time, it was seriously so much fun.
Yes.
And then whenever we would do late night puzzles, or we would post ones like while you guys were streaming, we would all be on either Zoom or the phone while we're watching you guys try and solve it live. And that was so much fun. And so the whole process, like, it was so crazy and stressful, but at the same time, I would do it again in a heartbeat, because it was just such a fun.
It was exhilarating.
It was so exhilarating. It was such a thrill.
Yes, and like every time you guys posted, I would get like a shot of adrenaline, like every time.
I remember we had a couple ideas going around of how we were first going to tease that we were even making another game. And then I think when we had finally decided on doing puzzles, I can't even remember like who came up with the idea, or if we all kind of came up with doing something puzzle related, because we were like, oh, it's Nancy Drew, that just makes sense. And then when we finally started to execute it and like figure out what different kinds of puzzles we were going to do, and like so many of us, we brought so much to the table. Like, Indy was really good at making different word puzzles or different like symbols and everything like that. And then Briella was so good at doing different like Nancy Drew trivia puzzles, or things that had to do with really deep Nancy Drew lore or knowledge. And then it was just so fun to kind of pick each other's brains on like, well, remember that thing from this game? And oh my God, we should talk about that thing from this game. And a lot of the time, actually, you guys were ahead of us. Like, we would come up with something, or like we'd tease something out that we were going to fully do later in the week. You guys would already have it solved. And we were like, all right, well, now we can figure out what else to do.
That's true. And I was actually going to ask that as a follow-up question, was like, if you're able to tell us, like, how, because I know that a lot of planning has to go into that, right? But at the same time, because a lot of it is dependent upon people having to solve it, and how quickly they solve it or how slow they solve it, how much in advance were you guys even able to do? And like, were there ever times where you were just absolutely freaking out because you were like, oh no, they know too much, like
they know too much. It was a lot of in between, because like some stuff we would have to make up kind of on the spot. Like, there was one instance where I can't even remember what specifically it was. I think, it was when we had the hidden web page on the Her Interactive site.
Oh, that was so wild.
That was so fun to be able to even find out we could make that, and then have a different password for it every time we were going to reveal something. And the different icons we would use. Like, that was so much fun. And that was a lot. Like, I remember, I think somebody had found the web page, or they were able to get into the web page prior to when we were going to reveal it to you guys, or say to you, okay, here's this new thing to look into, and here's this new thing to solve. And so I think we had already had the puzzles planned out, but we had to make a bunch of last minute adjustments to where it would now fit, because you guys already had the first chunk of knowledge pretty much.
Oh man, but it was really fun. And I will never forget, specifically during this time, this was like, for me personally, one of my favorite memories was when Hugh and I were together live, and I think we were just like going over puzzles together live, and he had pulled up one of y'all's graphics, and I was like, it kind of looks like it says something there in the background, and he was like, oh yeah, I guess it does. That says Prague. And I was like, wait, it does? Wait, really? And then we spiraled from there. Again, then we started going through like all of the graphics that we could find from like till like November before you guys had done the April 1st thing. And then we were like, oh my gosh, there's like hidden clues all the way back to November. And we just, man, it was such a very fun experience. So you guys were able to start teasing way before like you officially started teasing.
It was so hard because we had known, at that point, we had known about Mystery of the Seven Keys, and we were just so excited because it was like hard because we had to be her interactive workers, but we were also Nancy Drew fans.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was killing us that we couldn't tease anything out or that we couldn't say directly like, hey, we have this awesome game that we're working on right now. We're so excited to talk about it, but we can't.
Yeah.
So it was such a like fine line. Like we would all the time come to meetings and we'd be like, okay, let's reveal this character name. Let's reveal da da da. And then they'd be like, no, we have to wait. And like, trust me, it'll be worth it in the end. And it was. But oh my gosh, that was such a hard waiting game of just trying to figure out what we could say and what we couldn't.
Oh my gosh. I look, if I ever have a secret, I know who to trust to it's you three. My word. I don't know how you do it because like that is so hard.
It was so hard. It really was so hard. And it was worth it in the end when we could finally say, or we could finally reveal stuff and say like the name of the game and say, you know, when the release date was. That was also really fun.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You're bringing back all the flood of memories of excitement. It was just it was really a fun time. Just a time that I won't forget. Like, you know, and I feel like because you guys had such good organized plans with the marketing and so much love that you guys spent in the marketing, that so many of us just already started out with a love for the game because of everything that had happened before it even came out, you know? I felt like I didn't even have to really like try hard to love it because I loved it so much from the beginning, you know? So
there were so many moments too where we were like nervous and we would just be like, what if they don't even like the game? And we've just been hyping it up this whole time with all these puzzles. And then we kept seeing so many messages just saying, or like comments and messages or whatever, just saying stuff like, well, even if the game never comes out or even if the game like isn't that great, this has been so much fun. And I think that really kind of stuck with everybody, even though the game ended up being really great.
Yes.
But it was just, it was really
you got to see that hard work, you know, come to fruition, you know, and really because there are people that they're doing their Clue Crew streaming and they have pages and we have friendships that have formed literally because of the announcement that happened on April 1st, which like that's amazing, you know. I feel like had it been maybe more of like the older style of the way that they had done marketing in the past, it may not have had that kind of reaction, you know. So that's pretty cool that you guys got to do that. Very, very cool.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that really was so much fun.
Okay, you did good. You did really good. Yes, you did, because that was some hard stuff. Hold on. You got 10.
That's okay. That's pretty good.
That's really good. And I picked some yes, and I picked some really, really, really hard ones.
You did. There was a lot that were just the one note.
I was like, I'm just gonna hit her with one note, see how it goes. More of Mystery of the Seven Keys Game 34 because your hands are all over it. And when we got more information towards the end, it was really, really cool to learn about how, like, the level of degree, like how much you guys actually had helped with things like dialogue and puzzles. And so I think maybe what I'm curious to ask is just that you have or I guess you were hired on more for like marketing, right? Is that right? So like, or you were also helping with game stuff on the side, or like how did it come about to where it was like they needed you guys' help like in that way? Because like, I mean, you know, like that's big that you guys got to help write and do that niche stuff for the game to keep that continuity. Like,
yeah. I think so. I had gotten hired on as an intern and I started out doing marketing, but then I had made it really clear that I was really interested in doing game design stuff. And so at the time I hadn't heard about Mystery of the Seven Keys. Like I didn't know exactly yet what was going on, if they were making another game. And I think it wasn't until later that I was kind of starting to push for it more. Like I was like, okay, is there anything going on that I could maybe help with? Because I love game design and I would love to do something with game design.
Just like tell me your secrets.
Just like, you know, it's fine. I won't tell anybody. And when we had finally learned about Mystery of the Seven Keys, and it wasn't until a bit later, I can't even remember how exactly it had come up, but I remember exactly where I was actually, because it was the middle of the summer and I was on vacation with my family, and we were in the middle of a Zoom call, and they were like, well, yeah, you know, we would love to have like a chart for this, or we'd love to have like more graphics that the players can look at, and we don't really have the time to make all of these because they were on such a tight schedule when it came to making the game. And immediately all of us were like, we can help, we can help, just tell us what to do, we can help. And I think that was kind of the start of us having such a heavy hand in how they had done so many things for the game. And it had started as little simple things, like we would make, I don't even know, like the cafe menu in the Hunger Künstler Cafe, or we were asked to do like the book spines in the cafe. And that was probably one of my favorite things that we got to do. Was add in the different names and the titles for the book spines. And because they had known we were all such big fans of the games, we had so much knowledge on like what was the right amount of stuff to bring in from past games, or like mention stuff from past games. What was the right amount of like Nancy-isms, like what is something that she could say? Does it make sense for her to say this? Does it make sense for Ned to say this? And that was really cool that they would ask us about certain things and certain dialogue, and then it turned into more things here and there. And then yeah, it was just really cool overall how it kind of evolved from us just volunteering to do very little things to being able to do so much for the game at the
Absolutely, because they were really entrusting you guys and your knowledge, and I'm so thankful they did, because you know you need to have some people that are familiar with the history, and you guys were, and you were able to, you know, bring that. And us longtime players, we are thankful for that, for y'all, you know, because like playing the Mystery of the Seven Keys, I actually was looking for some footage of something, and I was having to go back through my playthrough to like grab like just some stuff, and every time I would like drop to another place, I would be like saying like, oh my gosh, this is a reference to this, like every time. And I just remember really appreciating that when I was playing Key. I was just like, yes, this is just, I'm feeling like alive, like this is great, you know, like this is good. I was super interested in a lot of like Indy's video that she had made when she went to Prague, which was really cool. And I believe she was kind of mentioning like, you know, when there was first contact that she was going to be able to go to Prague, that they had decided that that was going to be the next location. I think I am curious to, I guess, to that as well. So like, as far as those kind of major decisions when it comes to like the next game, such as Mystery of the Seven Keys, your higher ups would be choosing that kind of, I guess, stuff. Is that they take the direction? Is that what it is? And then they kind of explain to you guys what the direction is that they would like to see that go, or?
Yeah, so our creative director, she like they were pretty much not in charge, but they were the ones kind of spearheading those decisions. And then when it came to other things like characters or like ways the story could go, they would ask for our input. And then it wasn't really until later on in the process that we were fully brought in to like do all the little like fine tunage of what was going on. And so it was actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but it is really fun to tell. It was actually crazy because the game had gone through a lot of different changes. And so by the time when Kalina had left her interactive,
which she has said a lot, that it has changed a lot.
So there was a whole different story from what I can tell for Mystery of the Seven Keys, that by the time she had played it, there was a whole new culprit, and there was like a whole bunch of different changes when she was finally able to actually play it when the game had come out. So that was pretty cool. It was fun being able to like see kind of what those changes were, or kind of hear it from her perspective on what the game was going to be like.
For sure.
Yeah.
So it was like new for her too, you know, to have to like go through it. Okay, well, so as far as changes go with the game, is that something that comes about, you know, maybe from just changes within the team? Like, say, like you have a writer earlier on, but maybe like you want to go a different route. Is it different writing? Like,
Yeah.
is that where the change comes in, or is it just like coming about because the story is developing? And
I think that depends. I only really have the experience with the making of Mystery of the Seven Keys. Like, I don't really know if it's standard to go through like 3 different culprits or change locations or change that kind of thing multiple times. It's hard to tell. It just kind of depends, I would assume, on the company and what they're planning on
well,
doing.
and the reason why I ask is because I know that Her Interactive is a lot different than how maybe we grew up with that Her Interactive, and so like having games come out like 2 a year, they had to probably be pretty set on what they were going to do because it was a quicker turnaround, whereas I guess like now the time frame is a little bit longer, so you know they can kind of make changes, I guess, as they go
back and forth.
Yeah,
I would assume, because I don't really know. I would assume, just because I knew for a fact that there was always like 2 teams working on the 2 different games that were going to come out for the year, and then that team would switch off to this game, but they always had whatever the concept was for the next game that was going to be like 6 games from now, because they had to be able to think that far in advance, just because they were having such a quick turnaround for these games at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, hey, imagine that was still the schedule. Oh my gosh, you guys would be like posting like nonstop, making all kinds of funny I'm sad videos and everything. Well, oh my gosh, well, Rue, I really, oh man, this has like been the best full circle moment for, you know, just to like sit and chat. And this has been great. I've had such a fun time getting to know you more, and got to act all giddy with you before we even like started recording, and just be like, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. You know, like it's just cool. So yeah, and thank you for joining us tonight and being a huge part of, like, you know, childhood restoration and just, you know, bringing back a lot of joy and just all the things. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun to do something fun for once with Nathan, or do something fun and just be able to talk about things Nancy
get to
drew.
be a part of the Clue Crew and not have to like hide out all the time. But yeah, if you're watching late night, we have another segment coming up right now.
10 girls, 1 school, a snack shop, boyfriend stealing, and a squirrel. This can only be one show. Warnings at Waverly. Find out what happens on this week's episode. Here's a sneak peek.
So I'm sitting with my best gal pals in the library doing my homework, and in walks Mel, and she has completely changed her hair color, and it's way more atrocious than what it already was. I was completely appalled and could not believe I was standing in her presence.
So I got new hair and now everyone's freaking out about it. Whatever. Are there cookies backstage?
Oh, does it look fine in this angle? Okay. So tell me again why I have to be here at the snack shop? Yeah, I don't do this. Like, I don't really participate. Leela! Stop making noise. I'm trying to film my good charity deed for the show. Sorry. Anyways, so, here is fine?
Attention all Waverly students. The snack shop will be closing. Permanently.
Find out what happens in the series' biggest season finale this Friday, 7/8 Central.
You're watching the Sass Showdown. Yeah, well, you know what? Do you hear that right now? It's the sound of Emily Crandall and I shushing you. Shh.
That doesn't faze me, but you know what does? Ingrid, she just let me know that you have B3 and BO issues. But it's nothing that some natural peanut butter on a slice of whole wheat bread and a shower once a day won't fix.
And that was the Sass Showdown.
Man, I had such a great time just hanging out with Rue and just getting to interact with her outside of just messaging. Well, this was live interaction, so it was really great. Great person, and great to be able to interview her since she's had to keep all the secrets to herself over the years, so that was really awesome. And you know I had a great time with my friend Tori. We like to sass each other, so nothing new there. Oh, well, I'm sorry, I was about to close out late night. I seem to be receiving some feedback in my ear from Hilda. Hilda Swinson, yes? One of the producers. Oh, that's not the end. Oh, there's one more bit. Oh. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll just read the new teleprompt script. Okay, all right. Well, folks, I guess late night is just about almost over, but there seems to be one more bit that we're gonna do. So sit back and relax, and let's watch Radek's new puppet show of Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Radek, and I'm one of the puppeteers here in the town square. I think you're really going to enjoy this new story. It's one we've never done before. We have new props, and I think that this is a story for all ages. So everyone gather around, make sure to pay close attention, because this is a story about ghostly animals. So, here we go.
Sally, I came all the way out to Moon Lake because you said you were scared. And you're not even here. Oh, Nancy, I just got too scared. What's there to be scared of? It's so peaceful and quiet here. Ooh, ooh. The dogs. Malone's dogs. Howling and snarling and... Did you say dogs?
Now look what you've done. That was a Strix barrier. At least I think it was. Never know for sure now, will we? Hey, do you smoke? Well, don't be going around don't be going around playing with no matches. This timber here is real dry. If let alone one spark will cause a whole blaze in the whole forest.
Sandpaper? Red knot. Spark plug. Red knot. Torque? Torque?
Hey, you know how to take pictures? Well, because I got some birds I want you to take some pictures of, all right?
Welcome to M's Emporium. Sandpaper, camo, batteries. I'll need a dozen critters. Keep on trucking.
Listen, mister. I'm a public servant, and that's why I wear this hat. It's because it reminds me of the people that I serve. And also, that ain't my daddy, so stop saying that we're related just because we have the last name Akers. It's just a coincidence. Also, Miss Drew, I don't always have people that are interested in my work, so I want to thank you and appreciate you by giving you your own Junior Ranger Park pin. Just for you.
12 critters. All right. Tweet, tweet.
What in the blazing's going on around here? I saw the fire from my camp post. I mean, come on, Nancy. Did you get those photos I was asking about?
I have an air horn and I'm not afraid to use it.
No, please. I need to talk to Vivian Kent about Mickey Malone, The gangster of Moon Lake?
Oh, the roaring 20s. Mickey spent all his time in his speakeasy.
Speakeasy? How do I get there?
You need Baldo.
Something's missing here. I got it! This must be the ghost dogs.
600 pounds of gold bullion. Well, hey there, Nancy. What you got there? What? Look over there. Now, where did you go?
Ooh, that was a really hard trivia question, but you guys have been crushing it because I've been choosing some hard ones. But before we head off for the end of tonight, I do want to show you the very last game that we're going to sneak peek, and that is Penelope Pendry and the Art of Deceit. This has been an upcoming game that has been on my wish list that has been really just emerging on the horizon recently. Julia has been just giving us all great sneak peeks on her page, and I'll link that below in the chat if you'd like to follow along, and it has been phenomenal. I mean, it's just so good. I mean, the storyline looks good, the characters look good, everything looks so good, and this is another game modeled after the Nancy Drew games. So, for tonight's sneak peek, Julia has let us see the entire introduction up into the menu screen, and it is flawless, and I'm very excited to show and watch that with you guys tonight here on Late Night. And that was Late Night 2024. I hope you had a great time because I had a great time with you in chat, and it was such a blast. We'll look for E. Mullen's post on how we did in the whole month of November. She's gonna sum it all up and let us know, so be on the lookout for her post. I know this was a great fundraiser for pancreatic cancer, and just a great night to be able to de-stress and laugh a little bit more. So thank you again for joining Late Night. I am out of here.